Sunday, January 10th, and I'm just posting out live. Come join me live on YouTube. Let's talk stocks. Stock market. Oh my goodness, so many things. We're going to talk about Tesla today. We'll talk about GM today. We'll be talking about ACIA. We'll be talking at SRPT and more. So let me just do this. Tweet. All right. I wonder if I can do this. This is something new. I'm testing to see if I can do something new here. And that's not what I wanted. So, okay, no worries. Let me get the live stream up on the other computer. I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday so far. I've been doing laundry all day long as a mom. The laundry basket is never ending, right? It is always forever refilling itself. All right, that is on. I see a couple people live right now. All right, there we go. Hey, Bat Scientist. Yes, Vinesh, we will add Neo, Mara. Hello, Terry. Hello, Elena. All right, let me transition over to, we have the stock chart. I'll pull up, here's my watch list for today. Let me slide this over so that you guys can see it in completion. I don't know why I have 310 target there. So ACIA, AKRO, CATM, NEWR, TIGR, some of these are Chinese stocks. Right now they have been talking, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and another bank are going to be delisting a couple stocks, like up to 500 stocks. I'm not sure. I tried to see if I could find the list of all of these stocks they will be delisting. They said from the Hong Kong market. So I don't know if they're being listed in Hong Kong or in the US. I don't know all the facts as of just yet, but be aware in trading Chinese stocks from Hong Kong, check to see where they're from. There's a chance that if you are trading it, it could get halted, it could get delisted, so be aware. And for everyone joining me, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you receive the little ding when I do go live for my live stream 6 days a week. All right, so I will be filling in the float and the short volume before I post it on Instagram. I do post it up every Sunday on Instagram as well with a link to the video if you happen to miss it live. I know it does take time for YouTube to process the live videos, so that's why it's also important to subscribe so you get that notification so you can go right to the video. Even if it's later, you get the email and you're able to click to it instead of having to wait 24 hours, so you get access to it right away. All right, so here is the list. I'm going to pop it down on the screen down below over here, and I will add the stocks right here: ACIA, AKRO, CATM, NEWR, TIGR. There are some pharmaceutical stocks here as well. Usually I do not recommend trading pharmaceutical stocks. In fact, I don't make recommendations, period. But I don't really like them because they can have bad FDA news and they'll drop 50, 80%. They could have amazing FDA news and they double or triple overnight. So it's very risky because you don't know what's going to happen. Trading them potentially with options is a way to hedge that risk so that you're not out thousands of dollars if it were to go against you. All right, QSRIDE and some potential swings, E-Man, Plug, Trip. We also have, I'm going to put Kala on there. I'll show it to you why. It is a pharmaceutical though, so I don't like it for that reason, but I really love the chart. Okay, so there's everything there. And I saw that Vinesh wants to go over Neo and Mara. And you know what else I want to also go over? I want to go over Roku and Baba and also Baidu. Baidu is looking good, but I have this weird feeling that it might be getting delisted. FLGT, sure, you got that. FLGT. All right, so let's start rocking and rolling with the SPY, right? Craziness happening in the US. This reminds me of the time when I was living in Italy, going to culinary school, my first layoff of my life, leaving the stock market world. I went to culinary school in Europe, and I was living in Italy, 2001, and September 11th happened, and it was insane. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I just finished a wine tasting in a piazza, came back to an internet cafe, and oh my gosh, yeah, I got Tesla right here. That's it. That I was like, I'm really not keeping up on current events. And I'd only been there about 10 days at that point in time. And it was shocking, very weird to be so far away. I'm originally from Washington, D.C., seeing the Pentagon being hit. My parents were 3 miles away, right? So seeing all of this again, that's what this brings me back to from Wednesday. And then seeing the power that big tech has in the US for censoring. I did post up a tweet about it. It's not the government censoring people and taking away their freedom of speech. This is a corporation, right? This is a corporation that says, hey, you abide by our rules and our regulations. If you don't like it, we can censor you, we can kick you off, we can ban you forever. Well, what did they do to Trump? They banned him for not abiding by their regulations. So now it seems like everyone is going to other platforms, WeMe, Gab, Parler. I personally set up accounts on each one of those. So I did post it on my story on Instagram if you want to check that out. I'm sorry if any of you have been messaged by scammers on Instagram or Twitter. I'm going to do a video about my accounts, showing them live. These are my only accounts so that people will understand that there are scammers out there that are faking using my pictures and my name, which I really don't appreciate. But hey, there's always slime balls in the world. Yeah, Kawa, we'll talk about Bitcoin as well. And so let me get rocking and rolling with the SPY and stock market analysis. And we are likely in for a crazy next 12 days until the inauguration happens. And then it might not even be done. We might have just a wild and crazy year. 2021, everyone's like, yes, 2020 is over. However, might not really be that good of a year. So we'll check it out. Yes. Oh, and I want to add Coke on too. Definitely Coke is on watch, Bat Scientist. Coke is on watch. I'll show you guys what I saw, why Coke is on watch for my list. Let me close out over here because I have to access another software, and I'll open up down here. There we go. All right, we'll open up that down here. All right. Thank you for reminding me of that, Bat Scientist. All right, let's look at the SPY on the daily, right? So again, we have this big box. It looks like consolidation now. We come above it. Looks as if this is buying. We are above it, so we have to deduce that this was all buying right here. The volume and the movement is still going up. We're a little extended away from the moving averages right here, 377. That is the risk for it to come back down. Yeah, Vinesh, I'll add it on. Yeah, it's a shame, Asif. I'm trying to get verified on Instagram and Twitter, but you guys know, hey, if you ever have any issues, just reach out to me. I'm going to adjust my camera just a touch there. Just reach out to me because I will tell you, hey, this is my account, or no, this isn't. And I am very, very accessible to help people. All right, so looking at our risk here, this could come back down to 377. We could catapult up potentially to 385. Yeah, I know. I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. And I want to tell you guys, I am absolutely loving this book, Truth of the Stock Tape. Let's see if I do it like that. Oh, zoning in and out. Amazing book. If you guys read this, this is written about the same time as Jesse Livermore. And I'm going to do a book review on it probably this week once I finish it. But it is awesome. The stuff that's in there from William Gann, is amazing, absolutely amazing, and pertinent to today. All right, so let's get into the SPY. So the SPY here, Chris, until the big guys take it down. You know what? The really big money of the market is the one that controls the market. When day traders are first learning and jumping into the market, they tend to get really sucked in right at open, and that's what the big guys want. The big guys, many times, hey, if it's going up pre-market, they take it up and then they drop it back down. It hits a dip point, and hey, those patient people that waited for that dip get it at a discount, just like the big guys, and then boom, it goes up, it takes out all the shorts. So it can continue to go up until we go below this area right here. I would anticipate this to go up. Now, on average, over the past couple of weeks, let's look at our weekly growth, right? A couple of weeks we were kind of sideways. The range on this one, 359 to 369, 10 points. 363 to 371, 8 points. No, I haven't, Glenn. You know what? My kiddos have been home for the past 3 weeks. They are finally going to daycare and school, so I have more free time during the day. So I'm planning on getting more reading done, more videos done, more educational videos to help people accessible on my website. So a lot of good things. So I will check it out, Glenn. Don't worry. It's just a matter of how many hours I have in the day and how many hours of free time for myself. Thanks. Thanks, Roman. Yes, there's a lot of tickers coming. So looking at this was sort of an anomaly right here with this crazy wicks. It was not really a low of 362 and 378. This was sort of an inside week, 374 points, and then this week we had a low of 64, 15 points as well. So, on average, we're going 4 to 15 points. So over the next month, you can figure that out by looking at interest rates and the VIX for the projected move that you would see over the next 4 weeks. That's actually something that VXX can help you to figure out, and it's part of my CMT training. I've heard, Glenn, that it's great to also use with Audible, that you can just have it listen and play in the background. But I have yet to try Audible as well. And also, my goodness, Amazon censoring, Parler kicking people off, Apple as well. It could be a crazy week for tech stocks. So keep that in mind. Apple might really be hit. Amazon might be hit. And those would really affect the market. Microsoft has not been pulled into any of this yet. However, that could happen. All right, so let's look at the Qs, right? Qs took out this area right here and could be shooting up. We have an upward wedge right here, so maybe it will come up. Now, I was totally wrong on Tesla with it breaking out of that wedge. Could happen as well, but we might see that we hit 319 and then it could come back. Maybe the 4 will be up here, roughly 316. Oh, nice, Beatrice. Yeah, I might try it. I think the time that I would use Audible is when I'm in a car, and I'm not really in a car that much. More at home, working. All right, IWM riding up this channel, broke down. Hey, we're back up in this channel. It had a couple of days where it just gained strength, had a bit of a bull flag, and then surged up back into this channel. So this one is still trucking along and just had a little minor blip. And the fact that it broke back into the channel is fairly powerful to me. The midline right here, we are up above that. So maybe this will pull back down this week. Maybe we'll have a bit of a drawdown for the week, and then it'll surge up again. Dow Jones, top 30. Boeing is in here. Boeing's not looking so good, but look, the Dow Jones is up again above this box, broke out really right here on the 6th of January and surged higher. We have a trend support line. We are above it right now. So maybe we'll head up and test 316, maybe 320. However, we have to look at the seasonality of stocks. What tends to happen in January? The first week of January tends to be fairly strong, and then they drop. So all of this could be happening If we drop below this candlestick, the highest volume right here, which is a low of 303.06, hey, potential bear hat, partial position for me. We go below 298. All right, I'm a bear on Dow Jones. All right, let's look at Apple as well. Apple, we had this nice flag, sort of a, actually this looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. Maybe we're going into a corrective C. Maybe we're going to come back down to 120 over here, the bottom of this box again. So I'd keep that on watch to see if that's going to be what happens. However, Apple now has 16.9 billion in the float, and this one is moving. Once it starts to move, it will need more volume selling to really take it down. Again, we have a bit of an ascending wedge right here, so maybe we'll test 133 on Apple, and then if we come back down and test this upward trend line again, that might happen as well. So tomorrow, I usually find that Mondays are really positioning days, and so I keep watch to see what's going to happen. What are the big guys doing? They tend to position maybe about 10:30, 11. They might. How do I draw the green and red lines? Yeah, it's really easy, financial freedom. Over on the left over here, the second one down where it says trend line, just click on this. The box pops up, horizontal line. Hey, you click anywhere on the chart. I have the magnet on, so it automatically goes to the top or bottom. It went to the bottom right here. You don't like red, right click on it. Your settings box comes up right here. Click on this, pick whatever color you want. You make it blue. Okay, great. If you want to delete it, hit on the little trash box. There you go. Quick lesson on that. All right, Microsoft as well, rebounding a bit, has this triangle that we are in. Maybe we'll see Microsoft come up and test 223, and it might come back down here as well. Had a nice reversal right here with higher volume, and we are up above that as well. The volume is descending as we're increasing. Potential for a reversal right here. Also a shoulder potentially on the left side over here, right? Shoulder, head. If we're not able to break above 220.50, potential shoulder testing right here. 214.93. If that's the case, I would look for 214.93. I would look for 204 area down here as a target. All right, let's look at Tesla. So Tesla, rumors that they will be buying GM to use them. Hey Jane, do you intend to alert your live sessions on anything other than Twitter? You were going 15 minutes before the alert came through on Twitter today. You know what, Mark? I did it on Twitter. No, I've been going for a while now. And I don't know why Twitter just came through. Maybe that was your service provider. But I did also post a video on Instagram, and it's hard for me to get it up everywhere right when I go live because they give me the link right when I go live. Yeah, I actually posted it when I started in the video, same time as when the video started. So I don't know why it went that late. Sorry about that, Mark. We didn't do too much, just the indexes and just straight down that list over there on the right. So I was off on Tesla, got out right here thinking, hey, it's going to hit. That's where I come into the problem, right? When we start to think, that's when we can get ourselves in trouble. But I did not liquidate all of my position, which is why I don't do that. I allow it to continue to grow. I got in back over here and still have my profits on, still growing up almost 100% from down here, which is kind of crazy and ludicrous. However, I see that this could probably go to 1,000 before we pull back down. It's gone parabolic now. We tend to see that the shorts tend to pile in. If they miss the move to the upside, they might pile in. I'm going to pick the top. We have a full-on short squeeze that's happening right now. This is a short getting in. Yes, awesome. I got in the top. I'm so excited. It hit this trend line. I can't believe it. Oh, man. I'm going to wait until the end of day. Nope. Continues up. Okay, maybe we'll come and test this trend line up here, 912, maybe. But Tesla is such a wild beast. It's kind of like, don't short this one. This one tends to just continue to take on those stubborn shorts and squeeze them. My nose is running a little bit. Sorry, guys. All right. So this could pull up higher. Now, Tesla is 1.92% of the SPY index. So this does help the SPY when it's moving to the upside. However, it's not going to help it as much as Apple. Amazon as well. So Amazon, we're still in this downward motion. We're testing the top of this box. Really, the box was set up over here, but I've drawn it over to see how many times this will prove as support, right? This, if we were to get in now, if I was to get in now, I would use 3090 down here as my exit risk management, which is roughly $90 away. So, or 3%, right? So if this goes to the upside, hey, I think this could easily go to 4,400. Is it ready right now? Looking at seasonality, I might wait until the beginning of March to add to a position in Amazon. I still have my profits in there. So if it goes up crazy, I'm really not upset. I'm still in the trade. All right. So let's look at the list. ACIA. ACIA on Friday. This one does have the ability to move a lot. And so that's why I remember this from the past and trading it in the past. It does have some really big trading days. And this could end up being like back here, gap up, and then it just sort of trended sideways. So the volume is huge, and looking to see for ACIA, you can see had it all the way down here. Pull these up. So on our 15-minute chart, would watch this if it breaks above 883 or breaks down below 7780. All right, let me just put that in my watch list over here so it'll be ready for me to post when we go live. All right. 77. Actually, let's put it 78 and 83. All right, next one on the list, AKRO. AKRO is hitting this resistance right here. You see how strong that resistance was for quite a bit of time. Came and retested it on Friday, right there. 30.50 popped up and dropped down. Now, this is pharmaceuticals. I do not really like to trade pharmaceuticals that much. However, the chart looks very interesting. So cautious with this. I will only really intraday trade pharmaceuticals based on the charts and the technicals. After that, I will not, right? I don't necessarily want to be holding these things long overnight. You saw what happened with all of the COVID stocks. As soon as they were approved, it was a, hey, sell the news. The hype was already built up into it. Oh my goodness, it's confirmed. Okay, it's time to get out. That means a lot of people were taking their money out of it at that point. So 28.75 and 30.50 for AKRO. And then we also have CATM. Cardtronics, nice gap right here. Is this going to be another gap and go, right? Or runaway gap? It did have some selling power that came in. And when we look back in the past, what happened here? Second day opened somewhat midday down or midway down, still roughly halfway down the trading day from before when it gapped up. So this could prove to be another big move to the upside. Thank you, Mark. Mark is saying, can we get a few more likes, guys, to help me with the algo? Thank you. I have a question for you guys. Would you guys like something? There's something called like buy me a coffee for donations for what I'm offering to help you guys. Would you guys like that or not? Like a $5 donation place? Just curious. All right, 40, 60, and 42. we had the wicks. Actually, I'm going to pull this down a little further. 41, yeah, no, 42. You like that, Richard? Then if people want to, they can donate. But it's all free anyways. YouTube, right? All right, so NEWR, information technologies, only if you drink coffee. I do drink coffee. I drink Nespresso. That's what I drink. All right, so 74, and look at that, 77, 77. We'll do 77.50. All right, guys, and I will look into it. I really enjoy helping you guys. That's the ultimate pleasure. But I've had some people ask, and I don't want it to come across as pushy or anything. So you see back here, we're also using this area as support from the past and potential breakout, of course, the high, right? So we want to see this breakout above the high. And then TIGR, this is financial investment. I really love that this one is just sort of screaming higher. I love, love, love the chart setup over here. We came up 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in wave 5. This could have a really big move. We'll put it at 1080 here. And I want support back at 1020 right here. So watching this, hey, this could likely pull higher on the 24-hour chart. We'll show this over here. Oh, it's over here. Put this on 15. And I believe it's all-time highs for TIGR. No, look at that. So this has gone as high as 24, and we're in the middle. It IPO'd back in March of 2019. So keeping this on watch, right? I really like the setup. Let's look at it over here on the weekly. We had resistance here, broke above, resistance at 8. And you see how it tested back here, 1040, a little bit. It tested on Friday's trading day. Next resistance, potentially up here at 1230, then maybe up at the $13 mark. So I really like this one. It's a cool setup. I didn't do NWER. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, 1020 and 1080. All right, so let's move on to shorts, potential shorts. All right, so Sarepta, big drop. Look at where we almost came to bounce. It touched it pre-market over here. That's the weekly. It's crazy how that 425 shows up though. And we dropped big time, 92, 93, and 75. Well, let's tighten it up a little bit more for Monday to see. If we go to 87, I would use 93 as a potential target. Yeah, Kyle will add me. 82, so 82 and 87 for Sarepta. Let's go to SGH, and also somebody else gave me some that I did not add. Let me go back up here. LFMA, LFMA, Nndm, IPOE, comma, IPOF, and NEE, and FCEL. All right, I think we got them all. Oh, LMFA. LFMA. LMFA. I'm thinking of that song. Am I totally not typing that correctly? Is it LM? It is LMFA. Not LFMA. That's funny. Okay. So let's look at the shorts. SGH had a big bearish day on Friday, took out all of the trading week, had a doji day indecision, selling. Hey, it looks really good, suck the buyers in, and then we sell to them on Friday. Pretty big volume earnings here, had our 3-day run up and then a sell-off. Closed below here, tested the high of this candle and bounced. So what are we looking at for $39.50 for resistance, and down here $37.50 for support. All right, THS as well. What do you guys think? Looks pretty bearish, huh? Came up double top, pulled back down, maybe potential to move back down, continue moving back down here. We might bounce. Treehouse Foods, we might bounce up above. I would put 40.80 as that resistance right here. And oops, I need that to be green. And 39.50. We'll change this. So 39.50 and 40.80. QS. I know Kyle and Cleveland are curious about this one. So we already have it on the list. We have a bit of a shoulder here, right? High volume, comes back down, bounced. The right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder. Almost came as high over here. If we look at the, tested it and came back down. So let's do our head and shoulders mathematics. 76. That would put it back all the way back down to 0. We might see this one really dropping, QS, especially if it breaks below 46. That might be a big drop to the downside. So I will tighten this closer, put it at 60. This one can move, it's lower float. So 60 and $56. 56 for support, 60 for resistance there. Ride, so Lordstown Motors. This one has also a bit of a double top over here, right? You see this was really your resistance area, double top, almost trading in a range between down here 20 up to 23.50 area. And that's the range that it's finding itself in now. So it seems as if it's on that downward motion. I'll put the resistance right over here, 22.40. It looks like it could test that 22.20, but I want to see it break this over here from Friday. So support of 21.20. We'll move it down. We'll give it just a little bit more. 21.20 and 22.40. Let me extend this out just a minute, and I want to make this smaller. There. All right, so we've gone through the list. Let's look at my potential swings. So we have E-Man. So E-Man, nice move breaking out. I don't usually trade stocks that are less than $1. However, look at this. It's nicely breaking out. If this breaks above $3, there's potential for this to really move. We've taken out all of this, right? So looking at that, we had a bit of a cup, a handle, boom, it's shooting back up. Potential, not a big move that I would anticipate on this. However, I like the motion that it's in. It's taken out former highs, hitting 52-week highs, not hitting 5-year high as of yet. However, 250, 260. Did you do AAL bullish? NA1, we looked at it, and right now it could be in a bullish motion to test an upper trend line. Yes. Also plug. So plug has a big move to the upside here. Big squeeze happening on it with Biden, with the electric car sector. And just simply look at this volume. It is pretty insane. We have this nice bull flag right here. First day above, higher volume, a little bit higher. Next day, bigger volume, bigger volume. We have a little bit of indecision here at the top, higher volume at the top. Might find that this pulls back down here to the $45 mark and then shoots up. So I would keep it on watch. Hey, if this is able to break above 56, great. It's just not going to let anybody else get into it. And they're just going to squeeze those shorts, which also tends to happen on Tesla. So keep it on watch. Tripadvisor as well. So Tripadvisor, really like this. It looks fairly similar, right, to the E-man, that this is coming up to $36. We have a gap between here all the way back to November of 2019, $40 to the upside. So $5 to the upside, maybe 15% possible gains right there. And keeping that one on watch. I really like the motion of the chart, higher than normal volume as well. All right, Cala. So Cala, again, this is pharmaceuticals. Don't really like trading pharmaceuticals. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'll pull this down here as well, and this down to here. But what I do like is this. It's about to potentially break out from an ascending or a descending triangle. So it's about to break out of a trend line, maybe first target 850, so maybe 90-cent move. And as you can see, it's always broken down when it's hit my 425 EMA. So keep that on watch. Just as personally as a day trade, I would not swing this longer term. However, I really like the chart setup. That's why I have it here. All right, Grubhub as well. Looks like a nice W formation, right? We've got a nice rounded bottom here and potential when it definitely breaks above 85.50. Like the chart for that reason, that it's just, it looks like it wants to bounce and go even higher. Look at this on the weekly. Do you guys see an inverted head and shoulders on the weekly? Right here. All right. Where's our neckline? Let's see this. 84. All right, what's our depth, guys? $50. So giving this a target of 130. Not far, how far out? Not sure the timing, but I like it for 130. I'm gonna write this down. And that's the technical analysis beauty. Remember when I gave you guys 684 for Tesla and everyone was like, Jane, you're crazy. Yeah, Randy, we'll look at that. So Grubhub 130, that's my target. All right, you guys saw how I did that. All right, let's look at GNW as well. Genworth, I like this because this is in gap fill mode. It isn't a downward motion. However, it has this gap potential and it was a bigger volume day. So keeping this on watch to see if it will close that gap to the upside. That's roughly 20% if it closes the gap up to 370. Or keeping it on watch, it opened down here at the bottom of this gap and they filled it. So is it going to simply be a reversal right back down? Or will it fill the gap to the upside? That's why I like this one. All right, let's put NEO on and we'll add Valet. So NEO, we are on the weekly chart. Yeah, Valet and FCX as well. Some metal stocks. So let's go to the daily here. So this has extended a bit away. We are away from this box right here. So potential buying because we're above it right now, and broke above the former high, setting all-time highs, likely test 60, maybe come back down to 56 and then launch up higher. All right, Mara, somebody asked about Mara. So Mara related to Bitcoin, right? As Bitcoin trades, Mara trades as well. So as Bitcoin goes parabolic, Mara goes parabolic. We have, if we look at it, it's almost like a 1, sideways 2, 3, 4, 5 move. Maybe we'll come into a bit of a corrective wave and then surge up higher. Really, this one I feel is really driven from the Bitcoin price action. So watching it for that reason, as a way to potentially trade Bitcoin without purchasing the coins themselves. Roku, and somebody asked me about Bitcoin. So let's take that moment to go and look at Bitcoin, and let's go to Coinbase right here. So right now we hit 42,000 on the 8th, coming back. So this might be setting up for a corrective wave, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe an A, B, C. Maybe this will come back down again to 31.84. There's a potential for that to happen. and then surge up higher. That's also the 21 EMA right there. So potential pullback from here down maybe 30% and then a bigger move to the upside. All right, Roku. I like Roku. I mentioned that before as a longer term holding. I day traded it here this week, and I took out my entire position, didn't mean to, so I added my profits back in over here. I missed it this day. I was at the ophthalmologist with my daughter, and so I added to my position here. It has gone back and broken above. I'm kind of mad I sold everything here. But anyways, I'm still in the trade, so that if this goes to the upside, all right, great. I'm not going to miss out on it. It's still riding that trend line to the upside. I personally love Roku as a product. This is something in the technology sector. Feel as if this has a ways to go, the expansiveness of the company fundamentally, and I like the chart technically. So Baba, concerned with Baba potentially being delisted. And so it has bounced off of this area. I will day trade it. My daughter does have a share because it was her first word when she was born was Baba. So I bought her a share of Baba, and she has it as a stock certificate. And watching this to see, hey, will this end up being delisted, especially with Jack Ma, everything that's going on there. So looking at, we are testing a support area here. Also looks like potentially head and shoulders, a wonky one with the neckline right there, broke down. So we have earnings coming up again on the 4th of February. I think this earnings season could be really telling as to what happens with the market as well. Randy, it always happens. No, not always. Getting better at that. All right. Baidu as well. They were talking, I was reading stuff about Baidu today. This might potentially get delisted as well. So just be cautious with the Chinese stocks for sure. Good thing I didn't say Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, FLGT. So we'll get into the list of the ones that you guys gave me. So FLGT, looking at this, it has broken an upward trend. It was fairly steep, came back down, tested the moving averages, higher than normal volume. Some buyers stepped in. Potentially, this could even pull back down here to 56. Might even come all the way back down. I'm not sure. I don't know the company. That's the beauty of technical analysis. You don't necessarily have to know the company. But when we look at the more shallow trend line, it could come back to this price, $49.50, and still be in an upward trend. So seeing that, hey, maybe that $50 mark might be where they want to bring it, 63 all the way down, or 54, maybe $9 more to the downside, and then shoot it back up again. Coca-Cola, like Coke, definitely on watch. Missed this on Friday. Bummed I missed that on Friday. What was I doing? My girls are home. Happens. There was a very big volume, nice reversal, also hit the 425. Missed that it hit the 425, but love it. And I like this one potentially for moving to the upside. We have an ascending wedge right here. It bounces and comes back and bounces. So it had double test up there, dropped down, buying volume came in. Why do I say buying volume? Because we're up above it right now. And now it's surging to the upside. Okay, LMFA, crazy day on Friday. Probably low float. I did not draw these lines here. They were already on the chart. So that's pretty cool to see that the resistance from the past stays. These computers are set up. So maybe that next mark is going to be 520. I have not touched this chart in however many years, right? Let's look back and see. Maybe that was this day here. Okay, maybe in June I put it on the chart. But that's crazy, right? That I put that back on June and it still respected it yet on Friday. All right, Nndm, so I'd watch it for that. This has wiki days, definitely a low float stock. Nndm, all right. So Nndm, this is a weekly. We look as if we're breaking out here. We have this consolidation box. Hey, It's going sideways. We'll pull this all the way down here. Looks like this might be disbursement, or it could be moving more to the upside. Bounced up pretty much off of the 21 EMA, and would watch for that $10 break up above or break down below $8 for an Nndm to me. IPOE, trading MGM, I feel like it was roughly this time a couple years ago when they had the bombing or the machine gun. We don't need that at MGM. Just go to the Capitol, right? Sorry, that was wrong. That was wrong. IPOE. This looks like it's it wasn't IPO, November 30th. Technical breakout right here. Volume came into it on the breakout, shot up $9, probably low float, and would watch, hey, maybe this will come back down here to roughly 1650 and regain strength to the upside. But the sellers took over. We have a dark shadow candlestick today, or on Friday, and might be the start of a reversal trend to the downside here. Let's look at IPOF. So IPOF, big day, sellers took over, gapped it up. Indecision day, lower volume, not as many people are interested necessarily in buying it up here, and it closed a little bit weaker on the day. So I would watch for a potential reversal candlestick, bearish candlestick the next day. NEE for Kyle over here, so nice one. This is testing a former high back on November 9th. Let's pull it back out again. So would watch this one. We do not have super high volume. We have a bit of selling here, but they took out that volume. And so we see that it took out that volume big. Let's zoom it in over here. And I want to see what's the day. November 9th. Let's go to a 15-minute chart for November 9th. All right, this is our 9th. So that was a really high wick right at open. 81.84 was really the high before that. So we are really, it went to 81. So pulling it over here, looking back at it. So we're in the breakout after hours. Would watch for that continuation. Is this going to move up in pre-market and squeeze the shorts? Really big volume you can see at the end of close back here and also back here. So they rode it from 74 up roughly 10%. Will the guys that potentially bought it at close back here, will they end up selling after their 10% profit, or are they going to squeeze the other shorts in there? All right, FCL. Oh, let's put on the daily. Fuel cell. So fuel cell over here, not a wonder that it pulled back down, really extended away from the moving averages. Would watch and see, hey, they closed the gap down here and it bounced. So will this come back, touch this? It might come all the way back down to 1360, but I very highly doubt that. Volume was bigger on this day, a little bit less. No surprise that it dropped to the downside here. Might come and test the 1450 area because our 4 EMA will pull to the upside. So maybe 1450, and then I would look for this to go up, come down 1450, regain some strength and ride it to the upside, just like it has right here, right? It goes up, oh, it comes back, regains strength, up, comes back, regains strength, up, comes back, regains strength, up. FCX, we have a doji day and then another long leg doji, but it closed up in the upper third right here. So 2 days of a little bit of indecision, but the second day shows that our buyers are more interested right here, and we're bouncing. We tested the resistance of 30.10, so potentially this can break above 32 and potentially move up higher. I would keep it on watch. This candlestick is really interesting. If it breaks below 29, I would think that another downward trend would start, and it might come back down to test the 25-30 area. All right, let's look at the TJX. I'm going to put these, did I put Valet on? Hold on. I didn't put valet on. So we're going to do valet, TJX, CVI, TJX, CVI, Infi, MGM, and BTAI. And then TLT. And then that's it. We're going to call it out. Oh, I already went over Roku. And I do. Actually, I like it to the bullish side. It's riding a bull trend up. Nice. You could do, what is it? Look at valet really shooting to the upside here. So we have this big volume candlestick here. Would watch for it to break out above 19 or down below 18 right here. Really big volume. That's what's important. Was this more buying or more selling? High volume at the top sometimes will signify a reversal to come, but we didn't have any selling wicks or any indication on the chart as of just yet. So still liking this to the bull side. Could have just been that move up, consolidate, move up, right? So keeping that on watch. Could really have a really nice run. This is a lot of copper, I believe. Okay, so valet, TJX, TJ Maxx, right? Isn't this TJ Maxx? I think so. So TJ Maxx looks to be somewhat stalling. Big volume right here. And had a doji day here. We're above that doji day. I'm really seeing that this is just sort of going, it's moving slowly. Like the momentum is slowing down. And then all of a sudden, hey, on the 6th, everywhere in the market had a big surge up, and then it's just sort of slowing a little bit. So seeing that doji day at the end, really would watch it. Hey, are we going to test the resistance here of 68.90 and bounce? Or is this going to take out the highs of 71? So 68.90 and 71 for TJX. CVI, big selling wick I see right there, was not able to keep it up above the resistance of 1660, which was a former level over here on the left as well. So it's kind of like left shoulder, maybe a head, and then another shoulder. Are we going to break down below over here at 1420? And then if we do 1680 to 1420, 260, I would watch it maybe back down to $12 over here as a potential short for CVI if it breaks back down. Potential short entry right here with the risk up above 1680 with a close above 1680 if I were to short it. Infi. All right, Infi pharmaceutical, right? Technology? No, not technology, not pharmaceutical. It is technology breaking out. Is this an all-time breakout? It is an all-time breakout. So very nice on Infi over here. Would watch, even on the monthly, we're looking, that it would hold 17 as support. Let's look at it on the daily as well. Probably because we are just starting the month. I cannot see. Hold on. I can't see my little. There we go. So on the daily, I would watch for it to hold 1775. It's kind of gapped up. Will this be a gap and go, or is this going to gap, come back down, test it, and shoot up again? MGM, big resistance that I see right here, 3160. You see all the selling wicks up at the top up here, and it's going sideways right now. Whoops, not call out. Right there. That's what I'm seeing right now on MGM. So I'd watch for a break above 3180 with a close, or break down below 2950. It seems like there's a lot of boxes that are forming, and not sure whether that's going to be a consolidation for a bigger move up, or disbursement for a drop to the downside. BTAI, this looks like it's really range trades, right? You guys saw, I mean, my eyes just sort of see ever since I went to black and white candlesticks, I find it very easy to see sort of these ranges where the stock is just, now it's churning sideways. It needs to break up above 56, had a big high volume day right here. We are above it, but it would really need to prove that it's going to break above higher, right? This trades in this range ever since, goodness, ever since back over here, September. So for the whole earnings season, really, it just sort of went sideways. Even more so, look, all the way back here. So this one's kind of boring to me. Also therapeutics, pharmaceutical company, but it hasn't done much of anything one way or the other. Maybe a lot of drugs in the pipeline. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, so for Bat Scientist, TLT. Aha, you know that I like that it's on the 425 and it's in this downward trend. Would watch this. Potentially, we had big volume right here when it tested the midline of this downward trend, and little bit would watch to see if we can break above, let's set an alert, 152.20, crossing up. Would want to see it break up above there, and then also above 154. Would like it above 154. Then all of this would be buying to me if it was above 154. And if we drop below over here, 158, hey, it's going to the downside. But right now, this looks more like a downward, sort of an inverted yield curve type scenario for the US Treasury bond, which is no surprise because the interest rates also dropped as well. All right, guys, thank you all for joining me today. If there's anything that you guys would like to see more videos about, I know I have a video I need to do about IPOs. I'm gonna get all my videos done this week to get uploaded for you guys that you guys have asked me about. If there's anything in particular, always feel free to shoot me an email at jane@cjanetrade. If you like the videos, you like the live stream, please hit that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm to share it with other people more. And as always, carpe profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 12:15.